Are you preparing to take the FTCE English 6 through 12 exam, which is test code 013? I can help. My name is Sandra Matthews. I have a doctoral degree in education, and I'm a test prep expert with Study.com. In this video, I'll walk you through everything that is on the test and how to best prepare and my top strategy tips. We'll make sure you're as ready as possible for the big day. All right, let's jump in. The FTCE English 6 through 12 exam is for educators seeking certification to teach secondary English in Florida. The exam consists of two sections, a multiple choice section with about 60 questions and a written performance section with one essay. You have 1 hour and 30 minutes for the multiple choice section and 1 hour for the essay. The multiple choice questions assess your knowledge of grammar usage, writing, and text analysis. It includes 7 competencies. The largest competency is knowledge and understanding of communication skills, techniques, and processes, which makes up 18% of the section. This is closely followed by knowledge of a wide range of literary and informational texts, which accounts for 17%. Knowledge of effective use of the English language at the post-secondary level, knowledge of literacy processes and instructional practices, and knowledge of pedagogical content for teaching English language arts each hold equal weight at 15%. Finally, knowledge of effective techniques for listening, viewing, speaking, and presenting, and knowledge of various assessments and use of assessment data to drive instructional decisions within English language arts each account for 10% of the multiple choice items. The written performance section tests your ability to evaluate a student's written analysis of a literary text. You must showcase your content knowledge and teaching skills throughout the essay. You'll evaluate elements like learning objectives, rubrics, text selection, and the student's response. The task demands an original, well-organized response within 1 hour aligned with best standards. 2 raters will holistically score the written response with a top score of 4. A score of 4 demonstrates thorough understanding, strong evidence, relevant examples, and well-reasoned explanations. You need a scaled score of at least 200 on the multiple choice section and a minimum score of 5 out of the 8 on the essay. Both sections must be passed to complete the exam successfully. So my first tip is understanding that time management is crucial. You have approximately 1.5 minutes per multiple choice question, so maintain a steady pace. Remember, wrong answers do not reduce your score, so always answer every question. For the essay, plan, write, and review within the hour. Responses must be original and fully address the topic within the allotted time. The exam features several types of multiple choice questions. Direct questions test your knowledge, while sentence completion asks you to finish sentences correctly. Text analysis requires identifying elements like literary devices, and command questions focus on the following specific instructions. Scenario-based questions involve analyzing classroom situations or student work, assessing your teaching skills and English knowledge. For effective test strategies, watch out for questions that include terms like not, least, or except. These often ask you to identify the answer that doesn't fit the given context. Eliminate any obviously incorrect answers to increase your chances of selecting the right one. The written response is evaluated by considering both its strengths and its weaknesses. The essay is assessed based on 3 key criteria. The first is completion, which involves fully addressing all parts of the assignment. The next is application of content, which refers to the effective use of relevant knowledge and skills. Lastly, support involves providing strong, relevant evidence and examples. Now, let's dive into specific topics covered on the FTCE English 6 through 12 exam. The multiple choice section of the exam has 7 competencies that assess your knowledge of English language arts and your ability to teach it effectively. The first competency is knowledge of effective use of the English language at the post-secondary level. It covers historical influences, grammar, usage, conventions, sentence structure, and types. You need to interpret figurative language and academic vocabulary while demonstrating strong grammar and punctuation skills. Next is knowledge and understanding of communication skills, techniques, and processes. You'll apply techniques for writing different types of texts, such as narratives, arguments, and expository essays. The exam will assess your ability to plan, revise, and edit writing to enhance clarity and cohesion. You'll also need to demonstrate how to integrate digital media into written texts and presentations. The third competency is knowledge of literary processes and instructional practices. This section evaluates your knowledge of effective teaching practices. You'll be asked to apply methods for analyzing text complexity and promoting student comprehension of diction, imagery, and structure. You'll also select strategies for assessing fluency and enhancing literary skills using collaborative and interdisciplinary activities. Next, the exam also covers knowledge of a wide range of literary and informational texts. You'll need to analyze key elements of literature such as plot, theme, and character, and how they add meaning to the text. You'll also be asked to evaluate how informational texts use structure and features to convey purpose and compare different arguments or perspectives within texts. The fifth competency is knowledge of effective techniques for listening, viewing, and speaking, and presenting is another important area. You'll demonstrate knowledge of collaborative discussion techniques, active listening, and how to present information logically and clearly. This section also includes nonverbal communication and digital presentation skills. The sixth competency focuses on knowledge of pedagogical content for teaching English language arts, assessing your ability to use evidence-based practices to develop students' English language skills. This includes helping students select and evaluate credible sources, improve their writing, and comprehend texts across genres. Finally, knowledge of various assessments and use of assessment data to drive instructional decisions within English language arts will test your ability to evaluate student performance. You'll be required to analyze assessment results and adjust instruction accordingly, whether through differentiation or small group activities. The written performance section measures your ability to evaluate a student's written analysis of a literary text. You must assess a student's ability to create a clear claim, use logical reasoning with relevant evidence, understand literary elements, and apply organized writing with purposeful transitions. The FTCE English 6 through 12 exam covers a wide range of topics from grammar and usage to literary analysis and teaching strategies. So where should you start? Start by taking a full-length practice test to identify your strengths and areas needing improvement, such as literary analysis or writing skills. Study.com offers multiple tests to help with this. After your diagnostic, use the results to create a focused study plan, concentrating on weaker areas while reinforcing your strengths through targeted practice. My next tip to help with the essay section is to master close reading and analysis of literary text. Focus on identifying key literary elements like theme, tone, and character development. This brings me to my last study tip. Practice, practice, practice. The more practice questions you complete, the more comfortable you'll become with the format and the content of the exam. This will help you manage your time and feel confident going into test day. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to passing the FTCE English 6 through 12 exam. I hope this video answered your questions about the FTCE English 6 through 12 exam. Be sure to check out our prep course with deep dives on each competency and watch our practice problem walkthroughs to help you feel more prepared. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release more FTCE English test prep content. If there's a specific test or topic you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments below, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. Finally, once you've passed your FTCE English 6 through 12 exam, come back and leave a comment so we can celebrate your success with you. Good luck, and we know you'll do great.